Hi, it's Marco, and in this video I wanted to review an update on the peer-to-peer lending platform Mintos. That is the first platform actually I ever invested in the field of peer-to-peer lending. It's a platform that I have for the longest, therefore, in my portfolio. I have a lot of experience with the platform. Also, it's one of my favorite platforms in Europe in the peer-to-peer lending space. So I really wanted to give you an update about this platform since my last review. Lots of things changed, as we'll see. So first, I will kind of go through what is Mintos and go to the main core strengths of the platform for those of you who don't really know this platform. Then we'll actually go to the news of the platform since the last time I talked about it. So it was about 1-2 years since I really made a significant update about this platform. And at the end, I will also tell you what are my own results with the platform, and we'll see if it made sense to invest on Mintos still in 2024. So first, I wanted to tell you about what is Mintos and what made the platform different from all the other platforms out there. So Mintos is a peer-to-peer lending platform, but not only anymore, as we'll see in the news. But mostly you can invest on the platform in loans that different loan originators are putting on the platform. You can invest in those loans and get some interest back as an investor. What makes Mintos different is that not only they have good yields, so good returns on investment on the platform. We'll see later that it really depends now on what you invest in, but historically, let's say it's been around 11-12% returns. So it's definitely solid yields that you can find on this platform. It also has all the things you can expect from a peer-to-peer platform, like an auto invest function. It has buyback guarantee on loans as well. So you will find all that makes a solid peer-to-peer platform. But also what's really different from other platforms, that it has one of the longest track record of any platform in the field, especially in Europe, for example. And well, it's a big platform. So you will find a lot of loans on there. For example, just some numbers. They funded over 10 billion worth of loans. So 10 billion euros invested since they started. It's order of magnitude larger than even the second largest platform in Europe. So it's a really large platform. And this for investors means that you can instantly diversify in a lot of different investments in loans, but not only, as we'll see in the news about this platform. So this is what I really like. It has a long track record. So it was actually created in 2014 and I started to invest not that long after that. Also, you will never find another platform in Europe that is that big and has such a long track record that you can look at to see if it's a good platform or not. I also really like the people working there. I talked many times with their CEO, Martin Sulter. He's a very cool guy, and we often talk about the platform, what are investors like waiting for in terms of news and new features of the platform. So I really also like this very direct type of communication that also makes Mintos a great platform to invest in. So just to sum up on this part, what I like about Mintos: great solid yields, all the features that you can find on a platform like this, buyback guarantee, auto invest function, and you add to that the huge track record on the platform since 2014, so about 10 years now of the platform, a huge volume of loans being funded on the platform, and therefore a great diversification opportunity for investors. And we'll see that's not all. So let's talk right away about the news on the platform since the last time I really talked and reviewed Mintos. The first and big news, this happened in 2022, so not that new anymore, but it's very important to mention this. The platform is now fully regulated. So what that means that they got what's called an investment brokerage license. So they're actually a regulated investment broker. And that had many changes and consequences on the platform. So it means that now the money from investors is actually protected, so up to 20,000 euros in case something happens to the platform. So just like it would be on a stockbroker, for example, because they have this investment brokerage license. This also means that you cannot directly invest in loans anymore. They change from like loans you were investing before, like you were directly investing in loans. Now you invest in assets-backed securities called notes, which are basically a group of loans that investors can invest in. It's completely transparent for investors. I actually didn't really felt the difference, just that now investors can invest in these fully regulated and secure environments on Mintos and invest in loans like in the past, but via notes that are asset-backed securities. So this is the main change that came with this regulation. The yields, I need to say, didn't change that much. I will talk more about this later when I talk about my own results with the platform, but that was pretty stable over the past years. So now let's talk about some other news on the platform. And mostly it's about Mintos introducing more ways to invest on the platform, also thanks to this license that they got. So they introduced 4 additional ways to invest your money on the platform, therefore creating even more diversification already, because you can already invest in a lot of different notes on the platform or loans. But now you have these 4 different ways to invest on the platform, and I will now go through them one by one to see how we can really invest differently on Mintos just from one single account. So the first one is called Smart Cash. So that's pretty straightforward. It means that you can just basically leave money on Mintos, not invested at least in other assets, and you will get some interest. So the interest rate itself depends on when you invest in, because the rates can change over time. So currently, for example, the rate of Mintos Smart Cash is at 3.5%, but this can change over time depending on the main interest rate in Europe. So don't take this as a general number. Make sure to check my review and the Mintos website to get the current rate. But this is a really cool feature that, just leaving your money there will actually give you more interest than most of the banks, for example. So that's a way to make money from the money that's just sitting there on your Mintos account if you want to take, no risk at all for some part of your money. So that was one, Mintos Smart Cash. The other one that they introduced is to invest in fractional bonds. So investing in bonds is nothing new, but Mintos here really make it easier because you can actually invest in bonds from just 50 euros. Whereas if you go to more traditional institution, you will usually have to put a way larger sum of money to invest in bonds. So Mintos allows you via those fractional bonds to invest in bonds from just 50 euros, and that allows you to diversify your portfolio in bonds as well, just from your Mintos account. Similarly, they also allow you to invest in ETFs, so that's really due again to their investment brokerage license, so they can actually now propose also ETFs on Mintos. So investing in those is really easy. I found the process very streamlined, even if you don't really know a lot about ETFs. So you can also diversify. You don't need an additional stockbroker. You can just buy ETFs right from the Mintos platform. So another way to diversify your portfolio just within the same platform. And the last one is actually real estate. So this is something that other platforms also did within the past year or so. So some were launching other sites, other platforms to invest in real estate. Here you can invest in real estate deals right on the Mintos platform as well. So they basically have now 5 ways to invest money. So notes, you also have real estate, fractional bonds, ETFs, and Smart Cash, so that allows you to get interest on the money that you have on Mintos. So that's 5 ways to diversify your portfolio, and you don't have to use any other platform, just by staying on Mintos. So that was for the news about the platform. Let me now tell you a bit more about my own experience with Mintos over the years. the good, but also the less good, I also want to mention here. So the good was, I always had a good experience overall with Mintos. So good yields, I mostly invested still for now in loans, so via notes now. And I always got good yields over the years. Even after the COVID period, I got at the moment around 11.4% yield, like overall my portfolio over all those years, so nearly 10 years of investing on Mintos. I got some money stuck in recovery loans, so basically money that was stuck because of the COVID period. So there's still some money in this. It's a small percentage of my portfolio, but what I found is that Mintos actually communicates very well on this issue, and they will always tell and estimate how long this money will still be stuck in recovery. I already recovered a large part of this amount of money, and I'm sure everything will be recovered at some point by the Mintos team. So this is something I want to mention. Yes, there can be problems on platforms, but it's all about how the platform will actually communicate and not, just let investors be in the dark. So Mintos did a really good job, I think, about this issue. So overall, good experience. Is everything perfect? No, there are always ways to improve on any platform. What I would like to see maybe now that there are all those ways to diversify is maybe a more streamlined interface to actually invest in all those different assets. It feels at the moment that there are still many parts on the Mintos website and interface, so you have to navigate through all those parts, and it's very difficult to easily invest in all those different assets and have a global vision of your portfolio. So yeah, I would love to see, or maybe see a global auto invest function that allows you to automatically diversify in all those assets. That I think will make it even easier to use the Mintos platform and get a very diversified portfolio without even leaving Mintos. So, as a conclusion, what do I think about Mintos in 2024, and does it still make sense to invest on this platform? I think, with all I said, they still have their core strengths, good yields, a huge platform with an excellent track record, good communication as well with their team always, even in difficult times, as I shared from my own experience. And now all those news, like a regulated environment, and many ways now, 5 ways to actually invest and diversify on the platform, that definitely makes Mintos still a unique platform to invest in, and it's definitely something that at least I recommend having in a portfolio. So if you want to learn more about Mintos, about all those ways to invest on the platform, I recommend 2 ways. You can just get the links below. You will find a link to the platform itself, so you can just learn more about Mintos, about all those ways to invest. Or you can also get on my site on the review of Mintos. I also wrote recently an article about fractional bonds, and I also put a link to my latest interview with the CEO of Mintos, so you will find all of that just in the description of the video or the podcast show notes if you are listening to this. So, if you have any questions as well about Mintos, about investing in general, don't hesitate to leave it as a comment. That being said, thank you again for watching this video or listening to the podcast, and I will see you in the next one.